One of the themes of this workshop is box stocks. Now, for the new people who are unfamiliar with box stocks, if you go to the help file, go to the table of contents, and if you do a search for HGS boxes, this will come up. And if you double click on that, this will explain the parameters for box stocks. Now, box stocks all have consistent earnings, but they vary. And this is something that we'll talk about at the workshop. But if you look right through here, you can see a box 1 stock. For example, if the annual earnings growth for the last 5 years, the percentage 5-year earnings growth is greater than 50%, and the average of the percentage earnings growth for the most recent 2 quarters, and this is the average, compared to that quarter's year ago results is expressed as greater than 100%, then it's a box 1 stock. And then these are the various combinations down here, and we'll talk about this more in class. There used to be 9 boxes, but we added a box 10, so now we have box 10 stocks. So Ian and I were talking with George, and we thought, well, since a lot of people only want to deal with stocks that have earnings, we thought we would put in a box stock smart group and several subgroups. So what we have here are, this is going to be under your smart groups. Now notice that there are subfolders under the consistent earnings growth, which is all of the box stocks. So if I right mouse click, go into here, you can see there are 757 of them. Now what I did is I took my warehouse views and I applied a certain criteria to these box stocks, and I thought we would segregating them would be a good way to do this, because we could quickly see what stocks are doing best based upon this criteria. So here is these are 85 box stocks, and if I go into this view, you can see that the EPS rank and the relative strength rank is at least 85, and if you look over here at this column, you'll see that these are all box stocks. Now let's just go through these quickly. Best criteria, this is a stock or a filter that we put together many years ago as a class exercise, and it really picks out some of the very best stocks. Now there are only 33 here. The 85 had 132. ERG 240. The ERG is 240 or above. That has 178. The growth stocks, this is a filter that requires earnings growth for the past 2 quarters compared to the same quarters 1 year ago. These are all box stocks. And notice the combo on all of these. It's in the view. Stocks and groups moving to the upside is my current view. These are high profit margin box stocks, and there are 84 of them. The LLUR, or lower left, upper right box stocks, there are 80 of them. These are the box stocks that are currently moving down as of the prior day. These are box stocks moving up. It just takes the top 100 of each of these, just like the other stocks and groups moving to the upside, but it's limited to box stocks only on both of these. And then here is quarterly earnings per share acceleration. You can see there are 206 of these. These are turnaround stocks, box 7 stocks. And there are 71 of these. These are all box 7. This is the index here, so don't pay any attention to that. And then these are stocks, box stocks that yield 2% or above. So if I bring up a chart, if you look right here at the dividend yield, you'll find that these stocks are yielding 2% or above. So we have a nice cross section of stocks here. Now, one thing that we can do, and I'll go to the designer, is if I just go to the top level of consistent earnings growth here, click through to the warehouse, if I tile the ranking in the warehouse, and if I use this view with the combo on, this tells me, based upon these stocks and groups moving to the upside, that the 85-85 stocks in the short term are leading the way. And that's what you would expect. So if I bring this up, you can see that the 85-85s are doing well. I'm going to select a different view. That's one of my market views. Let's use this one right here. It's got the pocket pivots in it and gills moving averages. So this would be the 85-85 index. Now comparing this in the warehouse to the ranking module, and let's go to E and slow. Where has the strength been long term? And if we sort on this, now the market's open and it's starting to build this column right here already, so don't pay any attention to that column. But the best criteria, you can see that this has been the strongest group over that time period, which is based upon 6 months with 70% of the emphasis on the last 3 months. And of course the ones box stocks moving down would be at the bottom, which you would expect. Yielding 2% and above, not yield is not necessarily the place to be. LLURs 85-85, ERG 240. Now let's change this out to percent change, and we'll do a 3-week percent change, and then I want to change to raw relative strength because it gives us our actual numbers. And you can see by sorting on this column that the best criteria group returned 9.45% over that 3-week period. The moving up is behind it. This one's going to change every day. These other ones will not change as rapidly. The moving up and down will change rapidly every day depending upon what the market's doing, and we can actually use it for market analysis. Here's the 85-85. Now if you want to go down within these groups, you right mouse click, you go to the top, and this gives us a percentage change over 3 weeks of these stocks in the best criteria group. Now this is an ugly chart. I wouldn't be touching this even though the group has started moving up. It's just a little bit too loose for me. Now here's Skyworks Solution, which is a beautiful chart. You can compare and contrast those two charts, and it's much easier to see the type of chart that you want to trade. Anyway, we'll be talking a fair amount about this at the workshop. I just received this morning. This is the day, Monday, the day I leave for Palos Verdes, and George put these together for us. So it is a nice addition for those who just want to work with box stocks. Let's do one more thing before I go. I mentioned that these moving up and down could be used for market analysis. So these are box stocks that were moving up, and what I will do is go to my number 11 view, because on raw combo it sorts these according to the percentage price change of the industry groups for the day, and you can see where the strength was. And once again, these are box stocks only. This can be your universe. Now if we go to the stocks and groups moving down, you can see where the weakness was: exploration and production, oil and gas services, midstream oil and gas, and so on. And of course, we can always use the spectrum analyzer to get a pie chart view of the down and the up groups. Okay, that'll be it for now. Like I said, I just got this. I haven't really had time to work with it yet, but we'll certainly be getting into this at the workshop.